When the clock hits 2 p.m., your energy level just might hit rock bottom. It's called the afternoon crash, and many women remedy it with a Coke or a Diet Coke. Still an option, but my next guests believe it's not the best one. Studio 5 health and fitness contributors Miki, Eberhardt, and Emily Nelson are sharing simple swaps for increased energy, and what a treat to have both of you together. Hello.
Hi.
I'm gonna try to stay focused. I just really want to chat and hang out, but we'll do some of that too. Would you say most women are familiar that the afternoon crash is happening?
Yes.
You feel it?
Yes. I think there's lots of reasons that can cause it, but I think a lot of people have to gear up to get through the rest of the day.
What does cause it quickly before we get into some solutions?
Well, I would say, there is some science behind it where your circadian rhythm, the sleep-wake cycle, starts to decrease your cortisol levels that you're putting out. That creates this lull in alertness. And depending on other things that have happened before in that day, sleep, stress, nutrition, you can have an epic crash.
Emily, we hear that strength training is meant to give you energy. So is that the best sort of exercise to help you beat that afternoon crash?
So I feel like this answer is kind of twofold, because absolutely incorporating strength training into your day is going to give you energy, motivate you, but so is any type of exercise or movement. If you are doing exercise in a healthy amount of time range, it's going to give you exercise endorphins. You're going to get that heart pumping. You're going to feel good. It's one of the reasons I like to work out in the morning, because I feel like it just gets me up, gets me motivated. So as the day goes on and I feel this, I start to crash and I'm like, oh no, the kids are coming home from school. These are ways, that we can start to beat that again without putting on your full workout clothes.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you got to be realistic about
Sure.
what is happening in the afternoon of your day.
So Elle Woods had it right. Wasn't that part of the murder defense
Yes.
of Legally
Yes.
Blondes that exercise
I
gives
say
you
that all the
endorphins?
time. Happy people don't kill people.
Happy
I say
people
it all
don't
the
kill
time.
people. All right, you each have some simple swaps we can incorporate into our lives for increased energy, especially at that 2 o'clock p.m. hit. Let's start with Miki. You say swap out caffeine for steady energy all day long.
Yeah, so we know caffeine, it's fake energy. That's why we reach for it, because, it's a drug.
Yeah.
And so one way to prevent always having that to be the way to get through is to give yourself actual energy in the form of food. And specifically for speaking of the afternoon lull, making sure that we have lunch. We gotta be eating lunch to get us through.
And that lunch having the protein, I imagine.
Correct.
Okay.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Emily, you say swap the scroll.
Yes. Okay. So I don't know about you, but you start to get tired and you're on your phone and you're dozing off. I am saying put away devices, shut down your computer for 5 minutes. If you're at the office, if you're home, shut off any devices and just get outside. Walk to the mailbox, get the mail, walk around the block, call somebody on the phone and pace your office or something. Get up. Simply the act of getting up and moving is going to just reset you, even if it's 5 minutes or just even a walk inside and outside. And then you already have it away and you're going to be more productive.
It's perpetual. That reset becomes perpetual,
Yeah,
right?
it puts you into motion.
Yeah. Miki, you say eating until stuffed works against us.
Yes, we all know when you eat till you're so full and you feel like you need to put on stretchy pants and lay down on the couch, right? If we go to fullness, especially if we're going to fullness from ravenous hunger, that is just gonna be the crash in its epic form. All blood's gonna go to your digestive tract and you are gonna need a nap. So consistent energy, knowing I'm gonna have lunch, and then when I'm hungry again, I can have another snack there. Eating until comfortably satisfied versus full stuffed.
It's an interesting time of the day too when you think of that mid-afternoon, because at this point my house is pretty much falling to bits, right? So your physical surroundings can be part of this weight or this overwhelm that we feel. And you say one movement not to be underestimated is a quick timed clean.
Yes, I say skip the overwhelm, because I'm the same way, Brooke. About that time, I look around and I'm so unmotivated, but it feels so daunting. There is so much to be done around the house. So my favorite thing is to set a timer for 10 minutes and be like, I'm gonna get as much done as I can. I'm not gonna get it all done. Mentally, you tell yourself that. And that, when you start going, nothing gets me sweating vacuuming the floor, making piles, running things back, and on that time limit. And if you have more time, you just hit your reset of motivation and you're gonna keep, finishing the dishes or doing whatever. That's one of my biggest tricks, because I just get overwhelmed. And then also, not only does that help with feeling tired, but that mental weight starts to get lifted, which makes you feel more energized.
So it's that cute game that works with my 4-year-old every time. Can you get your pajamas on in 2 minutes?
Seriously.
We're racing ourselves.
I'm a huge fan of this.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. All right, Miki, what are we eating for that punch?
Okay, so we want to be able to include, we want to have protein and fat with our carbohydrates. Because if we have this lull that's happening naturally through science, and then our blood sugar falls with it, that's where our problem is. So how do we keep that blood sugar sustained and stable longer? It's including protein and or fat with our carbohydrate with those meals. So instead of just having, the apple, great choice, good for you, has fiber, make sure having a string cheese or some peanut butter with it to have sustained energy long term.
You think of I know this is the lamest and most obvious analogy ever, but fueling a car. You think of how you're fueling your body, and that you're saying can make the big difference.
Biggest difference. And it's so interesting. Some people will pay premium for gasoline and do the absolute worst for themselves. And so we're worth the effort.
Yes. All right, another movement idea, a little dance party. I believe you do this.
Oh, you know I do. But honestly, even if you live by yourself, you are at the office or you're at home with little kids, turning on some music instead of turning on a show for everybody and just kind of whatever. Turn on some music. Right now, my kid's favorite song is Bad Blood by Taylor Swift.
Oh,
you
boy.
put that on, you dance, and just even getting up, like I said, it's that reset. And also, you're engaging with people, you're engaging with your children, your grandkids, whatever. That is creating memories
Boston
too.
somehow came across Bad Romance.
Oh, yeah.
Now, he's sick, so he doesn't know what he's saying or singing. He's not getting the words right, but at some point I'm going to have to elevate the lyrics.
I've had many of those songs in the day.
All right, this is kind of a good mantra, Miki. Swap white for fiber and soda for water.
So we think through sustained energy, getting us through the whole day. White refined products will have our blood sugar go up and crash. And so replacing with fiber, whether that's more vegetables, more fruits, or replacing white bread with wheat bread, brown rice with white rice with brown rice, those types of things can sustain us longer. And then the soda, right? Especially if it's caffeine. We sometimes think I am getting hydrated because I had this 44-ouncer, but the reality is that can often dehydrate us. And when we're dehydrated, we're gonna have headaches, we're gonna be fatigued, and we're not gonna be able to focus.
Can I ask a terrible question? If I'm gonna have my Coke or my Diet Coke, which I think a lot of women watching will, is there a better time of day to have it? Is there a best time of day? What a terrible question to ask.
No.
But to have your fix.
Earlier in the day, especially if we want to work on sleep that can prevent the crash in the first place, we don't want that to contribute to evening routines. So I would say
earlier.
Have it with your lunch.
Thanks for not judging me for that question.
But eat it. Don't have it replace food, right? Because so often we use that as the crutch when actually we need the food to give us the fuel.
Okay. All right. We're going to swap sitting for moving.
Yeah.
Just move. As we sit here. Yeah, let's do that.
My thing on this is, I don't know about you, but I'm in the car from about 3 to 5 p.m.
Right.
When I start running carpools, the after school rush.
Right.
And so I get so tired and I do sit on my phone. I'm just sitting in my car waiting. How about get out, walk into the thing. My kids would be like, oh, my mom came and met me inside. What happened? Or, go walk around to the next car, have a conversation with somebody, get out, walk around to the front of the building and back. And so we're just constantly, for me, that drains me when I'm in the car so much. And so that's kind of what I was saying. If you have to be a lot of carpools, things like that, try to get out of your car and do the simplest movement.
All right.
Do the dance party outside of the car.
And somebody record it and send it to me. 10 seconds each on these last points. Miki, swap out sides for more nutrition.
Yeah, instead of a potato chip or something that, fries, throw in something that's going to sustain you longer, some good nutrition there.
And let's end on this beautiful piece of advice. Swap the guilt for a power nap.
Absolutely. I mean,
come on.
Amen.
Let's not feel guilty. Sometimes you need to set your alarm for 5-10 minutes and just close your eyes, and it's going to give you everything that you need to.
Ladies.
And sometimes it's in the car when you're waiting.
That's a good idea.
I love this so much. Your combined energy is always so motivating to me and inspiring to me, really. And this topic, I think in particular, hits the heart of women at all ages. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
You can follow these ladies on Instagram. We will link you from our website. You should be following them. I'm sure you are, but great stuff coming out from them there as well.